Hello, I'm Crimson Clover, and welcome back to Clover Reads. Today we have a story from the Am I the A-hole here subreddit with 2 update posts from the user Throwaway Electrical BA. Am I the a-hole here for telling my 19 female daughter that she will have to move out of my house if I get divorced because of her lies after her stepdad saw her naked? Throwaway account due to the situation, but I need to know because I'm getting calls and texts from family calling me an asshole for not being on my daughter's side. My husband and I have been married for a little over 5 years now. I will say my daughter, 19 female, and he have a relatively okay relationship. Not exactly father-daughter, but almost advice-asked and given relationship, basically. I have never picked up on anything weird from my husband towards my daughter, and my daughter has never said or insinuated anything at all as well. A lot of times, the kids won't. Because they don't want to break up their parents' their parents' relationship, whether it's bi or not. On Thursday, me and my husband were watching a movie in the living room. We paused the movie as he got up to use the bathroom. I heard him knocking on the door twice, literally 3 knocks each time on the door for a couple of seconds apart. It was loud enough for me to hear him knocking from the living room. That's pretty loud. The next moment, I heard screaming. I rushed to the bathroom and saw my daughter completely naked, covering herself and yelling at my husband to get out. I didn't see everything that happened, but what I saw after I heard yelling was my husband literally fell over his own feet and struggling to get the bathroom door closed. I asked my husband what happened, and he said he knocked. Nobody answered, so he went in. My daughter was naked in front of the mirror, and he tried to get out. After my daughter calmed down, I asked her side of what happened, and she said she was changing, and all of a sudden, my husband walked into the bathroom. I asked her why she didn't answer him when he knocked. She said he didn't. I told her I heard him knock, so I'm sure that he did. She said she didn't hear it because she had her earpods in listening to music. We got the situation sorted, and my husband did apologize to her and explained he thought the bathroom was empty and walked in. She even gave him a hug and apologized for yelling at him. The problem now is my daughter got her family members involved, and they're calling my husband a creep. Got a call from my sister berating me for still having my husband in the house. I asked what she meant, and it came out that my daughter spun a whole other story, left out the fact that she was listening to music with her earpods, and is telling everyone that she answered him, and he still walked into the bathroom to look at her. We have cameras in our hallway, and it proves that my husband did knock, as you can see it in the video, but the camera has no audio. I sat my daughter down and asked her, and she denied saying anything like that, or that she told anyone anything. I got mad, and asked then, how does your aunt know what happened? And she went silent. She said she talked to her niece about it, and she must have told her mother. Don't you mean your cousin? Never mind, doesn't matter. I asked her why did she lie about what happened and made my husband look bad when he did nothing wrong. She again denied lying about anything, and I told her what my sister told me. She just started to cry and said sorry. She was just talking and making up scenarios with her niece. The whole day yesterday, I got calls and texts from my family members as the story spread. The wrong story is spreading, and my husband is looking like a creep to everyone. I sat my daughter down again and had her read some of the things being said about my husband and told her she has to fix this because her lying is what's caused it. She refused, saying she didn't spread this and she only told her niece and doesn't want to say anything to anyone because they will think badly of her. She said that they know my husband and this will just blow over. Everything did blow up when my husband walked into the living room with his bags packed. Said he was going to stay with his parents for a while because he doesn't want to be in this situation anymore where he is made out to be this kind of person. My daughter broke down and apologized repeatedly, said she'd fix it, but my husband still left. I told her if I get divorced because of her lies, she'll be moving out of my house. I told her she better fix what she did and tell everyone what really happened because I will not be losing a man that loves and actually cares for me like my husband does over lies. She asked me to help her, and I told her no, she isn't a child anymore, and her lies for attention did this. This is on her. I already tried, and now I'm being accused of taking my husband's side and not providing a safe space for my daughter. I don't know what to do. My husband asked for space, and my daughter is inconsolable at the moment. I am not in the best state myself. Sorry if the post is all over the place. I don't even know if my title is correct on the post. I have reread, and it still doesn't make sense to me. Oh. So, first off, bathrooms should have locks on them. Always. Like, never assume Like, if you're using the bathroom, always lock the bathroom door. Never assume that someone is not going to walk in on you. That's a dang stepdaughter. Why would you do this? Like, I get she said her cousin is the one spreading the story, but still. Okay, moving on to the first update. Update to it. Sorry for only updating now, but I'm not in the best of places at the moment, and it's taken me a couple of days to get my thoughts together. I don't know what to do anymore. My husband has asked for a divorce. First, let me answer a couple of questions I saw coming up repeatedly. We have locks on every door in the house. I don't know why my daughter didn't use the lock on the door. I mean, she is a teenager. It was probably just carelessness, but still. The cameras inside the house aren't pointed at any door except for the ones pointed at the front door and the back door. The other camera's at the end of the hall, and you can see every door in the hallway from that camera. We have a bathroom in our room, but we can't use it at the moment. The water's completely shut off due to renovation of the bathroom. My husband has asked for a divorce. On Friday, he came back home and asked to talk. And during our talk, he showed me his phone, and some of the things my family members were saying about him are just outright terrible. Calling him a pedo, asking him how many times he's taken a peek before. I don't recognize any of my family anymore. I understand if he actually did something, but he hasn't. And the hatred they're showing over a stupid mistake tell me they refuse to listen. Or they've hated him from the start and is now using this to try and get rid of him. He said he can't ever come back from this, and it started to affect his work life as well. He was called into HR to explain because some of my family members have called his office. Luckily, they haven't done anything and refused to do anything until a case is brought against them. They know my husband very well, and I think they believe him as well, because he's still working. During our talk, he explained that he does love me and still does, and he's happy I stood up for him. But my daughter's actions have caused too many problems. Accusations and just made him scared. He explained he sat in his office at his parents' home every day, waiting for the police to show up and arrest him. Oh no! He said our lives broke him and he can't see a way to come back from it. I asked him to reconsider, that maybe we can go for counseling, but he also refused, saying everything is too broken to fix. I told him I'll kick out my daughter and told him about everything I did and told my daughter to do, but he said I'm missing the point. His life could have been completely ruined because of a lie. My family will never trust him again and will always harbor hatred or suspicion about him, especially now that my daughter wants to clear things up after so long. You say after so long, but how long was it actually? Afterwards, they will think we forced her to do it, and that will just make things worse. He said he will always remain the creep in their eyes. I asked him what if I cut off my family and we moved away, because I was already working on that. I showed him my phone and the messages I sent to every single person so far that refused to listen and that I blocked them. He said, what about my daughter? I told him again, I will be kicking her out and she'll be staying with my parents from now on. He asked, what if we moved away? Would I abandon my daughter then? Because he doesn't want to be near her or to be alone with her at all. I didn't know what to say to that. Before I could answer, he said again, it's better for us to just get divorced. He said, I will never ask you to abandon your daughter. I will never expect you to do something like that, but I don't want her anywhere near me. Reasonable. If you abandon your daughter, I don't know if I could ever look at you the same way afterwards, even if it was for my sake. The only solution here is to get divorced. My daughter came running down the hallway into the living room, crying. I think she was listening to our conversation. Before she could get a word out, my husband jumped up from the couch and put his hands out and asked her not to get near him. He said, before you say anything, I'll start to record the conversation now, and took out his phone. I think I saw something break in my daughter's eyes at that moment, at the realization that everything hit her all at once. She asked my husband to forgive her. She never meant for things to get so out of hand. She was just making up scenarios with her cousin, and her cousin was the one who ran with it. My husband asked her why she didn't clear it up immediately then. She said she didn't think it would go this far, and thought it would just blow over because everyone knows him. He showed her his phone and asked her to read some of the messages, and my daughter went completely silent. We talked for about 4 hours, and at the end, my husband said he'll give us 3 months to move out of the house, because it's his house. My daughter can keep the car because it was a gift, and that he'll finish paying this year's tuition, but he won't be paying anything going forward. He said he hasn't gotten a lawyer yet, but told me to get one. He would like to do this without a lawyer, but if I want to, I can get one. He said he will be fair in the divorce and doesn't harbor anything against me, but he can't stay in the relationship. My daughter was just sitting on the floor looking like a ghost, and I couldn't just say anything. Just listening to him talk about divorce and what it would be split and whatnot, like it was nothing. He was talking like the last 5 years of nothing, and it was just easy to move on. The best way to describe it was like he was returning something to a store. No, I think the guy is just good at compartmentalizing, or rehearsed it a lot in his head to get through the conversation. He left the house and I just sat on the couch. I don't know if I was crying, talking, or what. I can't remember much of anything. Everything was muffled around me, until my daughter started full-on crying, saying, "Sorry, sorry, sorry," over and over again, laying on the floor. I don't know how long I sat on the couch, but when I got up, I saw my husband's car still in the driveway. I looked out the window and I could see him full-on crying in the car. Seeing that completely broke me. Yep, he rehearsed the conversation and compartmentalized as best he could. Poor guy. My daughter and I haven't talked since my husband was here. Friday, not a word to each other. My family members have shown up at the house to apologize because apparently my daughter has all of a sudden now cleared up everything, and she herself shared the video from the camera with the family members. Why didn't you show that earlier? Every time they show up, I just close the door in their faces. I've gotten Facebook, Instagram calls, texts from them, and when I block them, they keep making a new account to use different numbers. I don't want to lose my husband. I really don't. This is the first man to have ever met that has actually treated me with kindness, respect, and love, and now it's all over. I tried to talk to him and tried to convince him to go to counseling with me, but every time I've tried, he sends back, I can't take the risk. I tried to meet him in person, but he just says it won't be a good idea. I've gone over to his parents' house, but they refuse to let me see him. I've gone to his work to talk to him, but I was told he was sent home by his boss. I truly don't know how to fix this. Having my daughter move out now won't work, because I need to be out of the house as well. I don't want anything from my husband, I just want him. I haven't talked to a lawyer yet, but I don't think I can keep the house. He owned it before we moved into the house. Okay, yeah, pre-marital assets, you can't have it. I really want to fix this. I still want to kick out my daughter from the house, but he will still give me a chance to fix. But will he still give me a chance to fix it, even after what he said about me abandoning my daughter and not seeing me in the same afterwards? I don't know. Anyone? Am I really going to lose a wonderful man? Edit. I forgot how Reddit fixates on one thing. The comment about the house they made. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have no intentions of trying to take his house or anything. It's not my house. I had questions in my previous post about the house, and I think I just answered it. I'm not going to try and take his house. He owns it, and he owned it before we got together. I have no right to the house, and I won't try to take it. I mean, good. You definitely shouldn't be trying to take a house. But yeah, you need to have a chat with the cousin who ran with the story. And like, why would you do that? Why would she do that? Like, is that just the kind of drama person she is? Or did your daughter say something to make her think she was hiding more information than that? And here's a comment from Crime Bites 2. Sorry I'm late to the party, and you most likely will never see this, and I am truly sorry for that. What I have to say is very important. Before my husband and I were married, he was accused of, doing bad things with his niece. Of course, it never happened. It's a very long and convoluted story, and it would be difficult to explain why his sister and daughter made the accusation. Even though the police were involved, he was eventually cleared. He has carried the weight of that accusation on his shoulders for 30 plus years. The accusation is like a shadow. It follows him wherever he goes. He cannot outrun it. He feels as though he has been branded with a scarlet letter. The mental anguish is unimaginable. There is nothing worse than being accused of something as heinous as R-word, S.A., or your husband's case, an accusation of wanting to see his wife's daughter naked. And once an accusation's out there, it can never be undone. The damage is irreversible. What your daughter, her cousin, and your family have done is unforgivable. If you truly love your husband as you claim you do, give him the peace he desires and let him go. He deserves that. Your daughter, her cousin, and family need to learn that actions have consequences. They slandered his name, they destroyed a relationship and possibly a man's life over lies, unfathomable lies. They should be ashamed. I agree with that. Also, get the kid therapy. Like, if she's doing this for no reason other than she was just spitballing worst possible things with her cousin, I think she needs some therapy. Soon to be ex definitely needs therapy. OP also should probably be in therapy. Everybody should be in therapy. Not together. Not couples therapy. Not group therapy. Individual therapy. Because I think the daughter has some underlying issues to be thinking such things. Oh no, I have my poor little Reddit brain. Like, I had the thought, what if the daughter did it on purpose just to see what would happen? I would hope that she wouldn't, but I know just some people thrive on drama and just do bad things for the hell of it. Hopefully not. And we're going to move on to update 2. Hello, everyone. Been a while, and I see a bunch of people. So this was posted 9 hours ago. Time of recording, which is December 22nd, 2024. Hello, everyone. Been a while. I see a bunch of people asking for updates. I wasn't in the mood, and I have been crying myself to sleep every night. I don't know what to do anymore. I lost my husband, family, and my daughter. Thank you to everyone first, but it's official. I am getting divorced. I was served with the divorce papers, and my husband wants nothing to do with this anymore. I don't blame him. I am very sad for him, and sad for you. I have moved out of the house, and I am currently staying with a friend until I can get my life back in order. I have cut complete contact with my family, but they still try and get into contact with me, from different numbers or from different profiles on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know how long I can continue to stay with my friend because her life is now being impacted as well, with my family members just showing up at her apartment. Ooh, that's not good. Tell the apartment manager, get them backlisted. I would like to get a different place to stay, but my salary won't be able to cover everything I need. My husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, covered all of our bills previously, but now I have to do everything myself. My daughter just packed her things a little over a week ago and moved away. I don't know where she is at the moment, and her friends are refusing to tell me anything. She tried to talk to my soon-to-be ex-husband, and he got a restraining order against her. She violated the order, and he got her arrested. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know what went on in her head. I tried to talk to her, but she has admitted that she will fix everything. But like I said, my ex got a restraining order against her, and then he got her arrested when she kept going to him. My daughter will have to drop out of college because my ex is now refusing to continue covering anything for her, and retracted his offer of continuing to pay. Wait, he offered to continue pay? Oh no, I think it was he was going to finish paying this semester and then not anything going forward. Or maybe he decided to be extra nice and offered, like, leave me alone and I'll keep paying. He sent me a message saying he was done. I didn't respect his wishes, so I had to get out of his house immediately, and my daughter also went against his wishes, so he's retracting everything from her as well. She's on her own. I wonder if that includes the car. He said if I or my daughter continue harassing him, he will open up a case against my daughter for defamation. I don't have enough money for myself at the moment with my job and all the bills, so I definitely can't assist her. She packed up in the middle of the night and just left after I told her she will have to drop out and get a job. I mean, she could get a loan. Student loans. And I mean, I don't think she has to drop off. Just, like, not go a semester, get the job, get some loans. Or, ask the grandparents, ask the cousin and the aunt, hey, you helped ruin my life. Pay for my college. My soon-to-be ex-husband became completely emotionless and cold the last couple of weeks and refused to talk to me about anything other than anything regarding the divorce. He said he would have been supportive and assisted for a while until I could get on my own feet, but it's clear we only want to use him, his generosity, so he's done. He wanted to void the prenup we have, but will now follow the prenup to the letter, meaning I will basically get nothing in the divorce. Oh, okay. I thought, like, the prenup was initially going to be, like, I agree to provide so much for them so I don't have to pay alimony or something, but no. I don't want anything, I just want him back. Even with everything that happened, I still want my husband. The kind, caring, sweet man I had, I want him back. I need him to come back. I told him my daughter moved out of the house and asked again if we could try and fix our marriage, and he didn't even respond. The last message I got from him was him asking if I signed the divorce papers yet, or if I got a lawyer to look over the divorce papers. because he wants to be done with this and move on, because it's clear to him now that no one in my family, me included, respected him at all. In that message, he also said that I should get my family to back off because they're still harassing him with messages, calls, and emails, and he is sick of it. If they don't stop, he'll report them as well. I think you should go ahead and report them. Honestly, yeah. To the people that kept asking me why I didn't do anything when the lies started to spread, I did do everything I could. I was accused of protecting my creep of a husband, and the video didn't help because I did send it to some of my relatives. But it has no audio. It only shows him knocking and then walking in. My daughter said she answered and he still went in. So she's more blatant lying, because initially she lied and said she didn't hear anything. And now she's saying I answered and he still came in. Yeah, that is a pretty sad situation. The person I feel most bad for, though, is the soon-to-be ex. Because that really could have ruined his life completely. Like, he could have gotten arrested. He could have lost his job. Reverse that order. He could have lost his job and gotten arrested. Like, his own family could have turned against him. Like, not just her family. His could have as well. And then, you know, could have been put on lists and have to inform people when he moved. When, not if. Actually, I think there's a pretty good chance that he will probably sell the house and move so he doesn't have those bad memories. And then he's losing his house and any good memories that were there as well. And behavior like the daughter's, you don't want to victim blame. But when you make a false accusation, you lower the chances of someone actually believing a legitimate victim. And that's just not okay. So hopefully the daughter learns from this. Hopefully the wife, OP, can learn from this in any new relationship. Like, it's like, hey, I just want, I move on, get a new partner, go, I just want to let you know this happened. I am going to get cameras with audio in front of my door so it cannot happen again. Again, then, depending on the state, though, that could also be illegal. That would be bad. But man, 19 is more than old enough to know not to do bullshit like that. Yeah. I do not like this story. I mean, I know stuff like this happens, but I don't like it. And OP really should have backed off, even if she thought, I think that I can fix this relationship. But she should have backed off and given him time and not invaded his life as much as she tried. Because maybe if the daughter had, she apologized, but she was kind of panic apologizing, right? Like, I have heard my life is about to crash and burn. I'm desperately apologizing. Does that make it seem as though it was a sincere apology, or just cover my butt so I don't lose all my benefits? I guess I really do get what the soon-to-be ex felt, that he was just being used by the family. Alright, this is where I'm going to end the video. I hope, thank you for listening. I hope everyone has a good holiday season. If you celebrate, if you don't, I hope you have good weather. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.